Rowserworld.
Hey guys, and welcome to another segment of Drawing with the Rouser. And today, guys, I'm going to be teaching you how to draw a cool picture of Lebron James. Okay, so we're going to take this picture and we're going to turn it into a cartoon. How do we do it? Real simple. First thing I want you to do is I want you to get a piece of paper, just a regular sheet of copier paper will do. You get a ruler. Okay, you put the ruler at the top. You mark off your 1-inch lines all the way down. Okay, do it on both sides so that your lines are straight, and make straight lines across all the way down the paper. And then somewhere in the middle, I did it around the 4-inch mark. You'll put your center line, and then you'll put a piece of paper over the top. This is going to help you to be able to maintain your positioning and see where I'm actually putting my lines at. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get out our marker. I'm going to be using something like a Crayola marker. As you can see, this is just like a Crayola, except it's a little bit cheaper actually. It's like a knockoff brand, but if you have a Crayola marker, you can use one of those. Okay, you also need a gray marker, which is basically the same thing as the Crayola, and a couple of crayons if you have one. I have a black and a gray one. I always sharpen my crayons before I use them, and this is a pretty cool sharpener. It's called a fist car. I got this actually at a Walmart, so I just sharpen them with this right here. Excuse me, right there. Got some stuff on my paper. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna get started. So all you have to do here is just kind of line your paper up. We're gonna get out our black marker and let us begin. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to establish a center line. Okay, so let's just say my center line is going to be about right here, okay, on my page, and you can pick out your own center line, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so the center line is basically going to be where your eyes are at. Okay, so where are my eyes at? My eyes on this line. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a line like this, okay, and look at where I'm at in relation to that line. Okay, and then I'm going to come down here, okay, and then I'm going to come in, right, and then I'm going to start drawing my hair. So I'm going to put a little bit of his beard shape in there, and I'm going to use about 1, 2, 3 lines, maybe 3.5. So 1, 2, 3.5 lines. Watch. Okay, and then I bring it all the way around. Now I'm crossing the center line, right? And then somewhere over here I'm going to find the other half of my face. So let's go here. Once again, we know we're at the other half of the face here. This looks like a good place to land. So here I'll just draw the other side of my face, okay? And then I'll draw a little line kind of like so, and I can see where my line starts to bend in because I'm just merely copying the other side. You see how everything stays proportional? Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead and we're going to draw LeBron's ear shape. Okay, so if this is basically the half point, we know his ears sit a little bit high on his head. Okay, you see LeBron has kind of big ears, no pun intended, LeBron. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to use the space in between here and here, 1 and 2, to draw our ear shape. So watch how we do it. 1, 2, right? 3, right? 4, 5, okay? And then I'm going to put a little line like so. Just copy this line. So 1, like a little snake line. Okay, and then we'll put the little center line here, okay, and a little line there, okay, and something like this here. Pretty cool, right? All right, now we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to draw a little bit less of the ear, obviously, because the face is turned at a 3/4 angle. So we'll come over here. We know where to start at, so we'll go ahead and we'll draw a little line like this, right? First, okay, and then we're going to draw 1, okay, 2, right, and 3. And you can see we'll put our little inner shapes here, Some of them you won't be able to see as much, but that's good right there, okay? Now, let's go ahead and we're going to start drawing the upper part of the head, all right? So I'm going to just move my paper down a little bit here just to make sure you guys can see everything. All right, so remember, this is our center line, so we use 1, 2, 3, 4, right, and a half from the center line, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4 would make our head pretty tall, but I don't want to make it that tall. I want to make this part smaller, or this part smaller than this part, okay? So instead of using the 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half lines from the center point, I might use 1, 2, 3, okay? So this line here is going to represent my hairline, okay? So I'll do something like this. Okay? Okay, see that? So that's our hairline. Now we're going to just put our outer shape. So we're going to be somewhere in the halfway mark of this line here. So let's do this. Okay. And now we want to bring our shape around. Bring it down and bring it in. Okay. And then we're going to bring it around, bring it down, and bring it in. Okay, look at that. So that's a pretty cool little hairline, and we're just going to add some little lines like this for LeBron's hairline. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give him a little neck. So I know his neck is kind of coming down like this, but just for the cartoon effect, remember to use these lines underneath the paper as the guidelines. So I'm going to put my neck about right here. I'm going to make two little shapes, 1 and 2. So now it looks like LeBron is peeking into the paper. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go back here. We're going to start doing our actual facial features. Okay. So if this is our center line right here, okay, what we're going to do now is we want to see, well, where is his eyebrows going to go? Well, now we know in relation to this center line, we know what's flat. We know whether one eye is up and one eye is down. In other words, you can see a little bit of a mysterious look, like will you pass the ball over here, or are you not going to give me the ball, or one of those kind of looks, right? So we're going to make one of his eyebrows a little bit closer to this line, and then we're going to do one eyebrow a little bit closer to this line. Okay, to add a cartoon effect to it. Get it? Now we'll go ahead and we'll kind of thicken it up a little bit. Okay, awesome, right? Now let's go ahead and we're going to go from the center line, and we're going to start putting our nose in. So where is that nose going to stop at? Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to put our eyes in first, right? So notice that LeBron doesn't have a lot of spacing in between the eyes, okay? So we're going to start on our center line, right? And we're going to draw a line like this, watch. 1, watch this. 2, because that's the way he's looking, right? Then watch this. Okay? You see that? Now watch this. Look at that. Now that's how you draw cartoon eyes. And then you, right? And then you put his eyeballs in there, right? Now let's add 2 little small separator folds. And voila, we have LeBron James looking that way. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and do the nose shape. Okay, so we'll go ahead here and we'll bring our nose. We know the nose is not going to fit in between these lines. That's a no-brainer because then it would be too short. So let's go down about right here. 1, 2. Okay, and we're going to do like this. We're going to start with the nose. We're going to start with the bottom half of the nose. So we're going to draw one shape first. Watch this. Okay, see that? That's the bottom half of the nose. Then remember, because our picture is facing this way, our dominant curve line will be going that way. This line will be a little bit less dominant. Okay. Okay, see how I'm making all my lines on that side a little bit more dominant. Okay, and then I'm going to come up here, watch this, and I'm going to add a little bit of a bridge to his nose there. Okay, so it overall looks like a triangle shape like this. Okay, so I'm not trying to draw it exactly like the picture. I'm trying to make a cartoon of it. So you see that I've exaggerated the nose shape just a little bit to give it a little bit more oomph, you know. Now we're gonna do this little mustache right here. So LeBron has a little mustache like this. I did a little curve on the end right there just to, you know, put my own little flavor with it. And now watch what we're going to do here. We're going to draw. Remember, you can look at LeBron's nose here, and if I go over here, you can see with my cursor, you can see this line right here. It looks relatively straight, right? Except for those little curves at the end. So how do we know how to draw that as a cartoon? Well, we use this line as our reference of what's curved and what's straight. So let's do this. Watch. 1, right? Now watch this. See that? Now watch. All I gotta do is curve this line. 1, and then watch this line here. 2. All right. Now we'll come over here, and we'll add the rest of our beard shape in. Okay. Add some little dimension lines, and you know. Okay. And just do some little lines in here like this, just to kind of fill that beard in. And let's do the eyebrows while we're at it. Okay, now, you know LeBron has a little bit of he has a pretty strong brow line. Okay, so you see that line right there I drew? Remember we drew that at first? Well, now you can see where it comes over. It comes down, and then it comes over here like this. Okay? And now we'll draw a little line here. 1, a very light line, and 2. Okay. Now, we got LeBron's face pretty much down to a science. So the next portion of our drawing, okay, we're going to take out our gray marker. And we're going to start adding shadows. So just put the shadows where I put them. 1 shadow, 2 shadows. A little bit in the eye shape. Do not color in the little circle of light. See how I left a circle of light in the eyes? Okay. Then we'll go 1 and 2, right? Now watch this. 1, 2, all the way around. Now I want you to see how I put all the shadows to this side. Okay. I put all my hard shadows to this side. I can use them over here, but this is a shadow here to help you see the shape of the nose. Okay. Now we're gonna go like this. 1, 2, around and down and all the way down to here. Okay. And then look. 1, 2, 3. See how I use now to make those lines thick? Use the side of your marker. See the side of it right here? Don't draw with your marker straight up and down. Use the side of it so you can get thicker lines. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and do that bridge over the eyebrow or the brow line. Okay, because that's a prominent feature in his face, right? And then I'm going to add a little bit of shadow to this ear over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see, maybe something right here. 5, I think. That's cool, so it's not all the way colored in. Now over here, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of shadow under the neck. And let me see. Let's darken that line there a little bit. Now this top lip, watch. I'm gonna use the side of my marker. Okay, I'm gonna go underneath this lip here. Okay, see how it gives it that 3D feel? Like it looks like they're kind of puckered out, right? Cool. All right, now, last but not least, guys, our black crayon. So let's take the color. Let's take this this picture or the line paper out. We don't need that anymore. Your LeBron James should look like this when we take away the paper. Okay, and now we're just going to use the side of our crayon, and we're going to color in this beard shape here. Okay, got a little bit of color right there. So I'm just coloring with some nice circles here. Don't press too hard. Remember, color with the side. See how I tried to shape it just like I shaped my my Crayola marker? Yeah. It's real easy, my friend. All right. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing. Same thing up here. Okay. And just kind of get a little bit lighter as it goes down. Now, that's our first layer. See how everything's just kind of one-dimensional right now? Now, let's go ahead and press a little bit harder for our second layer. And I'm still, look, I'm making little circles here. Circle, circle, circle. Circle, circle, circle. Okay. These are jumbo crayons, by the way, guys. So you can order some of these. You can go to our Amazon store. The link is in the description box below the video. And it'll show you where you can get a bulk amount of these, because predominantly when you follow my videos, I'll teach you in black and white. I have a few color videos, but I love to color with black and white. I just feel like it's something very nostalgic about that. Okay, so I'm just about done with LeBron's fade here. Okay, and just gonna bring it down here, and let's go ahead and just color in those eyebrows there, and a little mustache. All right. All right, so we are done, guys. The only thing we have to do now, I'm going to use this is one of my little Sharpies. I just want to get some darkening that top line there and the eyeballs, and maybe here and here. And then the reason I use this marker for this was because the pigment in this marker is a little bit darker than the pigment from the Crayola marker. So if you have like a Sharpie marker or any kind of black marker will do, you can make these little adjustments that I'm doing here. And last but not least, guys, let's go ahead and let's just do this real quick. We don't need lines to do that. All right. So, guys, and we can just put Lakers and little letters right there. You can jazz it up however you want to. It's your drawing, man. So, guys, I want to thank you for watching my little video tutorial on how to draw a caricature of LeBron James using the line technique. I hope that was pretty enlightening for you. I'll be posting more videos and tutorials soon. If you have a request or comment, just leave that in the description box or the comment box below, and we'll go ahead and get you taken care of. Maybe we can get your celebrity and show you how to draw that person. All right. So guys, have a blessed and wonderful evening, and the Rouser will be seeing you next time. Hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed that video tutorial. If you did, don't hesitate guys to go ahead and give us a like. Also guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and the notifications button. This way, when we put up new material, you'll be the first to know. If you have any questions about our markers or pens or paper, and you'd like to know where I get some of the materials that I use here on my art stream, there's a link in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. And also guys, we'd like to welcome your questions and comments so that we can get some new ideas. You know, it's always good to have new, fresh ideas for our next and upcoming videos. Oh, and don't forget to check out these 2 super cool videos right here. So guys, thanks again for your love and support of our channel. You guys be safe out there. And as always, guys, I wish you happy cartooning.